Hello everyone and welcome to the Neopets virtual pet video. This time we're going to be taking a look at the gameplay as well as reviewing the Neopets Pocket Pet or the Pocket Neopets. Now what this is it's kind of, as I mentioned in my overall Neopets video that I released a little bit ago, is that it's almost seen as a pocket version of the Neopets website in terms of functionality. It's got kind of like watered down games that are similar to the games on the website, and you can adopt a Neopet, which is the Neopet, which is ever the theme of the Neopet. This one is the Cougar, and then we have the deluxe playsets which were released, which have 3 Neopets to choose from instead of just the one. They also came with these cute little figures, which on the standard non-deluxe versions were used as shortcuts to get through these ones, but you could more or less play without the figures. And then on the bigger ones, you could basically determine which Neopet you were playing with depending on which of the figures you were using. So I've got the Fairyland Deluxe Neopet Pocket as well as the Meridell one. Now I noticed that this is the Meridell one's a little bit different to the Fairyland one. Also, I bought this on eBay and it only came with 2 figures instead of the 3. And you can see that each one has a different kind of symbol underneath, and that is how the Neopet Pocket determines which Neopet you've actually plugged in. So that's pretty handy. It's kind of like, I guess, because this was way before NFC technology was kind of found in everything, it's kind of like a very old version of Skylanders or Amiibos. It's just using good old-fashioned pins, so you can kind of cheese it by pressing in the symbol with whatever one you're missing, but it is definitely more fun to use the figures. Also, the difference I noticed about the Meridell one as opposed to the Fairyland one is that you can see these kind of are loose, kind of just hanging out in this kind of container here, and they're very loose and they kind of fall out very easily as soon as you open this part up, which also just kind of falls open a little bit anyway. On the Fairyland one, they are a little bit more secure because they have little stands, so you can see Poogles on a Poogle one. We've got Uni on one that says Uni. And that's kind of handy. I like that they are feeling more secure. You can't really hit them out like you can on the Meridell one, which makes me feel like this is more like a version 2 or a continuation of the deluxe ones. Though as far as I recall, there's only 2 deluxe ones, the Meridell one or the Fairyland one. So to turn these on, obviously you put batteries in them, and then you have to switch, this it'll switch from close to open to close, and then it'll light up. You open it, and then it says neopets.com, and then kind of does a bit of a demo of the characters that you can use, and shows their sprite. And to start up, you just take one of the figures here, and you can see that they've got the similar pins, and you place it on one of the spots if you can get it to fit, because it does require a little bit of, there we are, you kind of have to push it in tight, and then it'll let you adopt whichever one that you have inserted onto a place. You set the year, and it's of course in the year 2003, and that makes me feel older and older the later in time that I have to go to get it to the present day. It is April, and I think it's the 28th, I think? It is the 28th. Go me for remembering the day. And it's 8:40 in the morning. Yeah, the D-pad here isn't super nice to control. It's a little bit like, you kind of have to push it in. And there we also name it. So I have one on the website called Lil Thea, so I'm going to call it that. And that is because you can actually unlock trophies on these like you would in the games on the website. And if you have the same Neopet name on the website as on the actual toy, you can enter a code, though As far as I'm aware, the codes no longer work for these, but I've also heard that they do work. So I'm going to, I guess, test it out, assuming I can do well enough in any of the games. So, like you were doing on the website version of Neopets, when you create a Neopet, it asks you the personality questions, and I'm not sure if these determine the kind of the trophy that you get, or if they have to match at all, but I'm just going to fill those in. And then now you've adopted your first Neopet, and you can take it out and then put in one of the other ones and adopt one of those. I'm fairly certain that that you can't use these ones. I'm not sure if it activates any of the other ones. No, they don't fit, which is kind of a shame. It means that if you are missing a piece from your deluxe one, you can't just use one of these. I'm fairly certain they have an extra... Yeah, they have like a missing gap there, while the ones on the Meridell set do not. So that's kind of annoying. I was kind of hoping that I could use the one that I'm missing as this one, because I'm missing the Drake from the Meridell set. But yeah, so... Okay, we've got these options here. Instead of navigating through these options, which is kind of a little bit weird. That's surprising. They left the... So on the other deluxe Neopets, you actually navigate through the menu here and here, but it's not doing that. It gives you the options on the screen, which makes it feel like there's some weird screen real estate going on. Like, I'm fairly certain that all of my other Neopets have run away, which is another thing. If you don't look after your Neopets, they run away. Name your loop. Okay, so I was up to the adoption start part because my loop ran away. Because I wanted to see what happens if you don't feed them. And the answer is they don't just sit around forever like they do on the website. They actually leave you. So that's kind of sad. They don't die or anything. You just see a little animation of them with a like rucksack and they're leaving, which is really sad. Also, I feel like this D-pad is more responsive than the one on the Fairyland one. Okay, and it's sleeping because it's in bed. But yeah, so as you can kind of see, I'll see if I can wake it up. So you actually navigate, see how the cursor's kind of going between the options? You navigate the menu on the side here, and on this one you don't, which is kind of weird. I don't know why they've left that screen real estate there when they're not actually using it. That's weird. And it's the same story with this one. This one also has you navigate the menu like you do in the Meridell pet. And I'll just turn this one on. I think this one is actually in the running away animation. Yeah, so this is the animation you get if your Neopet is feeling neglected. It will run away from home, and you can't just call it back like you can on like the Sumiko electronic pets. It just gives you the option to adopt again, which is kind of sad. It's like, okay, you didn't look after the Neopet and you're punished by it running away and never coming back, which is sad. So we'll just put that back to open, and also what that does is it releases a latch so you can easily take out the batteries. So do not try to take out the batteries if it's set to close. But yeah, so I have no idea what that is. That's items. Yeah, I'm not sure why they changed the selection on this. So the games we've got the Wheel of Excitement ready to play, and that's the wheel here. A dark fairy cackles. your Neopets feel weaker. That's kind of sad. So you get to play the Wheel of Excitement, and you can also play that by putting it on this place here, which is pretty neat. So we'll spin the Wheel of Excitement again, and oops, you can only play the once, I guess. So we've got the Maths Nightmare, we've got Poogle Cloud Bounce, we've got Harris Reflection, Cirrus Drop, Fiery Fairy Chicken? Fiery Fairy Chicken, that's the sentence. So yeah, the games are based on or exactly like games from the website. The Meridell one has Ultimate Bullseye and Kiss the Mortog, so that's pretty cool. And similarly, you can... Where's my loop gone? There's my loop. You can take it to the Mortog one, and it plays Kiss the Mortog, which I'm very bad at. Oh, cool! I kissed a Mortog, and it was the princess. And then if you kiss the wrong one, it explodes, similar to the one on the game. And yeah, it's basically just a very watered down version of what's on the website. You can also... Gee, they kind of get stuck. You kind of have to force them out. You take to the shops by going to here. You kind of have to push them in. And for some reason think something the Ixie, which is weird. I mustn't have been pushing it down right. So you can buy food if you've got Neo points for it. And so you buy the gruel. And it's kind of annoying you can only buy one at a time. It's a fairly slow way of buying things, especially because you need to feed them. So you go to the ice cream symbol at the top here. You feed it the gruel. And you get kind of like an eating animation. Langley was fine and is now satisfied. So yeah, very much like on the website, and I really do like the fact that you can navigate the map with the figures. It makes it feel more immersive, it makes it feel like you're actually taking it to different places in Neopia, or rather in whatever area the Pocket Neopet is set on. So this is the turtle race. You've got to I can't even speak. You've got to pick which turtle to bet on, and then you choose which turtle. They've got a gunfire sound effect, and I'm not doing well at all. I bet on number 3. So yeah, it's like a simplistic version of the website, which, wow, I came dead last. And yeah, so that's pretty cool. It's a lot like the website, but like a portable version, and it was basically marketed as such, which is fairly cool as an idea. I would have loved this as a kid because I loved Neopets, but I was never able to get one. So it's nice that I get to relive that childhood now as an adult. And they also did come with these Tcg cards, but the codes on them no longer work. I tried putting it in on the Grundo warehouse and it just led me to a 404 page, but that was a pretty cool idea, I guess. And I like how they each come with names for the ones on the deluxe one, because the deluxe one came with 3 cards rather than just the 1. But yeah, I'm actually a big fan of these. I really like them. I think that the ad was actually fairly spot on. It said you can take the Neopets website everywhere, and it's definitely what the Neopets Pocket actually feels like that you're doing. It feels like you are taking the website out and actually using it on the go. While it doesn't have obviously the Neo boards or a huge range of pets, you can still do what you'd expect, and you can choose which Neopet you want to have active, which is cool. And I don't want to adopt it, but that is pretty cool. You can kind of choose which one. You don't have to use all three, and I'm only using the loop because anyway I don't have the Drake one anyway. But I think that's pretty cool. You can choose which ones you want, especially with the deluxe ones. You can buy pets, you can buy toys, you can basically do anything you can on the website except for like and I don't have money for things. So yeah, you can do things like the games and the feeding and have pets and, you know, do various care-related things. It's definitely more than a virtual pet than I would have expected, because it does run away. You do need to look after it, or bad things will happen. So it's more of a virtual pet than the actual original website, which surprised me. I was like, oh, that's not a virtual pet at all. But no, I actually do count this as a virtual pet. It doesn't go to the toilet like other virtual pets, but you still need to put them to sleep, which I feel like is pretty cool. You can go to the bed, but they don't go to bed at, 8 in the morning. You have to take them to bed at night, and that's fairly cool. There are games, trophies, basically a lot of things you get from the website. Obviously no online functionality, which you wouldn't expect that anyway, but everything that I enjoyed about Neopets when I was a kid is on here, because I didn't actually use the Neo boards as a kid. I don't think I even had access to it because I was about 8 and I didn't want to send in my parents' permission in in physical snail mail. I never got around to doing that because my parents didn't know why I would want to. So I had a very limited version of Neopets, which is actually very similar to this. So I think I would have absolutely loved this as an alternative to having the website, because I didn't actually have internet at home at the time anyway. So yeah, actually surprisingly big fan of these. Wasn't really expecting much, but I would definitely recommend getting them for anyone who is a fan of the website, in the sort of likes the mini games, likes the characters, likes looking after the pet aspect more than anything else on the website. For ease of use, I give them a 10, or maybe not a 10, because they do actually require you to feed them, and that requires you to play games, because unlike other virtual pets, it doesn't come with any free food, just very basic meal options, rather than, buying everything. So maybe more like a 9 out of 10 for ease of use. In terms of enjoyment, I'm going to give it a 7. It's very basic. Even though it's fun, it is fairly basic. There's not too many reasons to keep on playing it. You can kind of play with it for a bit and get the general idea and maybe get a little bit bored of it after a while. The games are, I guess, they're fine. They're very much like the games on the website. Some of them are skill-based, like, for example, the archery game on the Meridel one actually involves you putting in some level of skill, but the other games, like Kiss the Mortog, like Turtle Racing, are just random chance. And I'm not a big fan of those, because you can win a bunch of times in a row and then lose. So I like the ultimate archery one. Oh, I pressed that. Yeah, I did not adjust it before I fired it. But yeah, I like this game. This is probably one of my favourite games on the Pocket Neopet. It is actually not chance-based. You actually have to put some line of thought in it. You have to adjust which angle you want to fire the arrow, and then you have to adjust the power, and I'm doing surprisingly badly at this. So it's one of those things where you can do quite, too low. You can actually put effort into this one. The other ones are just complete chance, and I don't like that about a lot of games on Neopets, is that a lot of them do feel like they're just chance related. I don't like Kiss the Mortog. I don't like the Turtle Racing. It's just I get it, but I'm not a fan of those. And I don't know how to adjust the difficulty I'm not sure, and maybe I need a certain score. I did get a perfect game and I got a few extra turns once, but it never increased to... the angle's wrong. Oh no, I still got it. And it also gives you points relating to how much of a bullseye you get. You can get it on the side, or you can get it like in the middle. That's pretty cool. But I actually do like this game. It's one of the few fun games. But yeah, the other ones like Kiss the Mortog and Turtle Racing, not fun at all, just chance. But if you want a game that doesn't require effort, I guess the chance-related ones definitely exist to fill that. But otherwise, yeah, I actually... Oh, that's too low. Yeah, almost though. Yeah, I rather do like this. I was impressed. I wasn't expecting too much of them because... I don't know, I just thought, oh, I don't think they did particularly well. I didn't really even see them in shops that often. I think I saw one in one shop, but I have no idea how to adjust the difficulty. Maybe I'm just bad and it's not letting me unlock the higher difficulties. But anyway, yeah, big fan of these. Kind of wish they released more. I kind of want the one I'm missing, and I want to collect more of these because they're just really cute. And yeah, I think they did a good job of emulating the website in a smaller package. But yeah, those are my thoughts about the Pocket Neopets. Will not let me put it to sleep. But anyway, so those are my thoughts on the Pocket Neopets. Let me know what you think about them. Did you have one of these? Which one did you have? Let me know all your thoughts in the comments. Like this video, of course subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, I'll see you on the next one. Bye!